Hello guys and welcome to Motor Medfield. We're down here today for the Long Island Rough Riders facing off against Connecticut Fusion. It's a lovely cool day today. It's about 70 degrees, none of that roasting hot heat from the last weekend. And we've got the Rough Riders on the left in the white, Connecticut Fusion on the right in the red. And guys, the two teams we have got today, we've got, if we have a quick look at the table, we've got Rough Riders currently sitting a little bit lower in the table. They're 12th, but they've got some games in hand. They've drawn one and drawn two even, lost one. Last game was against the Lancaster Infernos, and it was Alexis Snyder who got an equaliser. And last weekend had to be just abandoned, unfortunately, against the Brooklyn City FC just because of a field issue. But that game will be rescheduled. So it's been a little while since they played a full 90 minutes, the Rough Riders. Fusion, meanwhile, are second in the table, won 3 games, drawn 2. They actually played on Friday night up against Syracuse DA, and very nearly suffered their first defeat of the season, but for a late goal by their top scorer, Weimar. But I understand it was a depleted squad for the Connecticut Fusion going up there on Friday. Sounds like they've got the full roster, or almost all of it, for today. And before the match, I had a quick chat with Coach Steve Price about the challenge of facing this Fusion team and what the approach was and some of the new signings. Let's have a look at what he had to say. Connecticut Fusion, they've got a great record so far. What is the game plan going up against this team today?
Oh, I don't want to be telling you that before. Can we talk about this in the post interview?
In the post. When it goes right, you can say there's all your master plan.
That's right, that's exactly right.
So can you tell me, what sort of stuff you've been working on in training in general? What's been the
just
focus?
basically our shape. You know, again, we're only 4 weeks really into the season, so a lot of the girls haven't played together before. So it's very important that actually they get some continuity and some shape, and our angles and our distances are right. We've got some very good players. I know they've got some very good players, but we've got some very good players as well, and I think if we perform well, we'll give anybody a good game. But that's what we've been working on, and just cutting out the mistakes, making play predictable in certain areas. Our biggest problem at the moment is we don't score enough goals, and that's what we'd like to turn around today, but we'll see. So
you've got a new number 14 in the lineup, Jordan Littleboy. Could you tell us a little bit about Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan's a Rolls Royce. She plays a Hofstra. She's plays normally the 6 or the 8. Very smooth, very cool on the ball. Yeah, a very good player, and we're very pleased to have her.
All right, well, Steve, best of luck today, and I'll talk after the game. And that was Coach Price's thoughts on the game today. And as he said, got the new signing, the number 14, Jordan Littleboy, sitting in the midfield today. She's from England, and heard some very good things about her. Played at Hofstra. A really important player for those Rough Riders, and we'll see what kind of difference she can make to the team today. But as these teams prepare to do their walkout, let's have a look at our Long Island Rough Riders starting squad and 11. In goal, we have Melissa Guglielmo. We had number 5, the skipper, Kimberly Mara at centre back. Alongside her is going to be 20, Kelly Ambrogi. At left back, we're going to have Sage Giatale. At the right defence, we're going to have Amanda Buck. Sitting in front of them is going to be Michelle Winiek. Alexis Snyder, who, as I said, got that equaliser last time they played up against Lancaster Inferno. The new signing that Coach Price was talking about, Jordan Littleboy, is also going to be in the centre midfield. We're going to have Hope Neal playing in behind the front 2. And Christina Dutch is going to be one of that forward line alongside Janine Nunes. So it's going to be a 4-4-2 with a diamond in midfield for the Rough Riders. And I think it's the first time they played this formation, so it's going to be interesting to see how they stick with that shape. Let's have a look at what we've got on the bench. We've got number 3, Nicole Bermudez, who's a new signing. We've got number 8, Claudia Cagnina. The substitute goalkeeper, Lucy Gillette, who the last time we saw her against Brooklyn made an incredible last-minute save to keep it all level. We've got the veteran, number 16, Grace Hawkins. Number 18, Elizabeth Cruz. Number 21, Christina Tesoriero. And another new signing, Stephanie Tangaris. And the skippers right now just in there with the officials doing the coin toss. Now, though we don't have the graphics for the Connecticut starting 11, I can certainly read it to you now. Thanks very much to JJ from the Connecticut Fusion team for giving me starting 11. We've got Ali Auger in goal. We've got 17 Webber and 21 McIntosh at centre back together. We're expecting to have Quigley on the left back, Cram on the right back, and Zaccagnini sitting in front of that defence. With Weimer and Jordan, and of course Weimer has 6 goals to her name already this season. And Johnson and Brown as the wingers, and Sousa, who the last time these two teams faced each other back in 2019, she got a brace to win the game for Connecticut. It'll be Sousa leading the line, so it's going to be a 4-3-3 for Connecticut. Now we have the two teams lining up on the field. And out they come as we count down to the kickoff of this UWS fixture. And Connecticut certainly will feel the favourites for this one with the strong league showing they've had so far. The Rough Riders have struggled for goals. And it's certainly been something that Coach Price for the Rough Riders has been focusing on, trying to find a solution for. But the real challenge he's found is really having an out-and-out striker in the squad. The new signing, Tessangangas, Stephanie Tessangangas, may be the solution to that as a centre forward. But she just joined the squad this week, so we'll have to see. And guys, you know what? Just wait for this final moment before kickoff. Let's have a quick look at the last time that these guys played. This was in the 93rd minute. It was all level with Brooklyn. And let's have a look. And the drama may not be over. We're in the 93rd minute. Giving out to Snyder. Snyder looking in the back post, and she's through, and she finished it. But the linesman's flags up, and the Rough Riders denied their last-minute euphoria. It was Dutcher on the back post, and that is the final play of the game. And boy, we're going to have to watch that one back later to see if she was indeed off or onside. You would certainly love to have some VAR right now. And there we go, guys. That was the last time we saw the Rough Riders against Brooklyn City FC back a couple of weeks ago now. And they were denied a last-minute winner by the thinnest of margins. They'll be looking to get those 3 points today, but really up against it against this Connecticut Fusion team. So it looks like a slight change to start line we're expecting for Connecticut. It's going to be Crammer on that left wing. As we're off and underway. Connecticut Fusion in the red and the Rough Riders in the white. And can the Rough Riders pick up their first win of the season? Or is Connecticut Fusion going to continue barreling their way through the UWS as they search for that top spot? Crammer gives it back to McIntosh. McIntosh looking up long for Crammer. Gives it back to Quigley. And Sousa is looking to switch it, but intercepted. There's a little trip there on Snyder. Be a Rough Rider free kick. And Dutcher's looking for Neil there. And Neil got the goal in that opening game that we saw against Brooklyn City FC. So I want to name already. Rough Riders only managed 2 goals in their first 3 so far. It's Quigley, the left back, venturing forwards, and the skipper, Mara, containing it on that side. Snyder just putting a foot through that one, clearing it out. That's a nice little touch there, and Sousa, Jordan even having an early shot. Not too difficult for Guglielmo though. And Mara, who was very comfortable with it at her feet, was playing it up in centre midfield in the previous game we saw. But move back into the centre back position to shore up that defence tonight. Good pressure there by the Rough Riders. Snyder. Oh, sorry, even Little Boy. Buck just sold Winiak a little bit short, and they're going to come forwards here. One back then by the Riders. Wimia was looking for a free kick there, the veteran. Nice turn by Little Boy. Little Boy looking out for Nunez. They pass through our red. And Brown coming forward with the right back. Looking up long, and Sousa searching for that ball. Found herself a little pocket of space. It's going to fall back to Crammer, and Crammer hits it back across, comes off of Mara. And Winiak clears it out. Early pressure by Connecticut Fusion. So it goes back to Quigley. Crammer skips past Buck, and it's whipped in with pace, but a little too close to Guglielmo in the goal. And Brown back with it again. She's looking over the top for Sousa, and Sousa's chasing it, and she's just offside. Guglielmo was off the line very quickly anyway to gather it. And Brogy. And it is Nunez. Neil finds out to Diatley, and Diatley with some bullish battling, and a very physical battle there. Referee giving no foul though. And Quigley will bring it out again for Fusion. A little bit loose there to Weimer. Sakakanini gives it out to Brown. Intercepted by Ambrogi. But Chanel now coming forward with it. Chanel Johnson giving it out to Sousa. Back to Jordan. Jordan looking to whip that in. But Snyder cutting out that cross. Johnson. Nice turn, and she's looking to get onto her left foot and shot, and she does have the strike, and she did not catch that half badly. Straight at Guglielmo. Johnson already has a couple of goals to her name this season. Definitely a dangerous player. They're going to have to watch the Rough Riders. Giving out to Weimer, and she certainly is something they're going to have their hands full with. 6 goals in the first 5 games. Ambrogi cutting out Brown's cross there. But Weimer been playing pro since 2008, so long career, including Johnson, Finland, Brazil, the WS, the NWSL, in which she won the 2013 title with Portland. And such an accomplished career. And she has certainly lived up to her reputation so far this season for Fusion. There is Chanel giving it, Johnson into Quigley, and Quigley was looking to drive that cross in for Jordan. It's a bit too far ahead of her. It's going out to Ambrogi. Winiek. Mara to Buck. She does love to get forwards, Amanda Buck. Got a great burst of pace in her. Dutchess, first touch, just slow down a little bit. But back with Buck. And Buck was looking forward to Nunes, but one back by Fusion. Switched out to Brown. And a good step by Diatley off on Jordan. McIntosh is looking to find Kramer, but one back by Buck, and Buck looking to drive forward on that right side. Kramer didn't really let her get out of her sight. It's going to be a throw-in though to the Rough Riders. Little boy to Buck, and little boy Nunez is looking for it. And she's looking behind towards Neil, and that was a good little spot there by little boy. Nunez had come for it, but Neil found a pocket of space behind there. And that's the first real moment of partial threat the Rough Riders have shown. So we hit the 10-minute mark of this first half. Zaccagnini. It's made its way through to Weimer. Kramer, who's seen plenty of the ball in this opening stage, giving it to Johnson, whose first touch just ran away from her. Snyder battling for that ball, but Kramer's still going, and she's going to drive that in. Mara clearing that one. And Mara showing good strength there. And Winiak out to Dutcher. Dutcher looking back into Winiak. And Neil's looking in from behind. Johnson tracked back well there. Back into Nunez. Just a little feint, just about keeping it in. But well watched by Zaccagnini. It's back with Fusion again. And Brown's gonna look to drive down that right side. He's trying to set away Sousa, but well read by Diatley. Unfortunately, the ball just ran out. And they're looking over the top, and Weimer's through, and Guglielmo again off the line very quickly. The ball just went set down for Weimer. A big gap appeared in the middle of that Rough Riders defence for a moment. Good step by Little Boy, who was asking for that throw, given against her though. Weimer finds it up to Sousa. Sousa keeping it in, and Dutcher getting a good fun on that one. And I have to say that one looked a little bit harsh on Dutcher. I think that Sousa got the last touch. McIntosh was looking up for Sousa. I went it, but Johnson's going to have a long-range shot. It'll have to be something very special to score from there. It's about 40 yards out, and it wasn't. It's going to be a Rough Riders goal kick. And it's heading right back at Guglielmo, but comfortable gather for her. Guglielmo just goes route one with that one. Little Boy looking to flick it on. Well, they're just not able to get the ball into attacking thirds right now, the Rough Riders. And they're looking forwards again for Weimer. And she keeps searching for that space behind Weimer. Sousa as well. Guglielmo right now been alert to get off of her line and cover that space, but you feel like they've got to try and cut out these passes before they can be sent in behind that backline Rough Riders, or else eventually one is going to come through for Fusion. And here's Winiak into Neil, and Neil couldn't bring it under a spell. Quigley, she's looking over the top again. And Brogy got the first head on that, but it's judged to have come a little bit too hard in on the back of Sousa. And Fusion are going to have a free kick about 30 yards out. Weimer standing over it. And as Weimer's going to take it, she's going to cross it in, and McIntosh was just a fraction away from getting what surely would have been a decisive touch there, but relieved Guglielmo was able to gather it. And that bounced up, but looked like it might have hit a hand, but the referee went play on, and Maro's looking out for Nunez, and the ball is going to fall to Nunez on this left side. Being watched closely by Webber, by Brown even. Going to Dutcher, and Dutcher out to Diastole. Back to Dutcher, she's going to have some space to deliver this in. Sends in towards the back post, and Neal got ahead notch. She's offside anyway. And the referee waving it back for offside. I think probably would have been more in Fusion's best interest if the advantage had been played there. But the play was called back for offside on Neal. And they're looking over the top again. And Broger's going to watch this. Guglielmo steaming off her line, clears it out. And Johnson gives it back to Brown. And Brown's going to look to send that one. Well watched by Snyder. And she went down there. Chanel, a little bit too easy for the referee's liking. And Neal gives it out to Buck. And Buck was looking for that space in behind to Neal, and still well to get hold of that. Neal, McIntosh covering the space well. And Olga out to Quigley. McIntosh, who is one of a couple UConn players out there. Current UConn players. So looking behind again. But Webber, McIntosh is Webber and Zakanina and Jordan, all UConn players. And Jester looking up for Neal, intercepted. And Zaccanini into Weimer. McIntosh. Out to Quigley, and they just continue to control the possession. But of course, as soon as I said that, Rough Riders winning it back. And here is Snyder. Snyder's looking in behind for Nunez. Intercepted, but back with Wieniek. Dutcher back to Wieniek, and she's looking in behind for Diastole. And Diastole still going, and she went down after the touch. And the referee not buying it. It's going to be a goal kick for UConn. Zaccagnini at Webber. Weimer switches out to Kramer. And Kramer with a sharp turn there, and she's got Quigley overlapping. And back in to Zaccagnini. And you'll find Nunez. Nunez at a big physical disadvantage though against McIntosh. Jordan to Buck, and Buck's looking down that line again. It's Dutcher holding up. Gives it back to Buck, and Buck looking early for Nunez. She's brought it down well, Nunez. A lot of red shirts around her, but she's won a free kick, Nunez. And this is prime shooting position for the Rough Riders. Centrally positioned, about 25 yards out from the goal. And Jordan Littleboy, the new signing, has perched herself right over that. And this could be a moment to introduce herself with a bang. Littleboy steps up and she has the strike and it's low and hard. And Olga just tipped it around the post. There's only 3 in the Fusion wall and it left a gap for Littleboy, who drove it low and hard. And Olga across the goal quickly to keep the score all level. But they're going to have another crack at it, the Rough Riders. Wieniek will deliver this one in. Sent in towards the penalty box. Cleared out by the Rough Riders, or even Fusion. And as they're coming together, the referee's going to give that for Neil. And Mara is going to send that on towards the left side. Cleared out easy enough, but it's back to Littleboy. And it's just bouncing around like a beach volleyball right now. And Diatale was lining up for a spectacular volley, but didn't connect with it. And Brogi into Dutcher, and Dutcher got clipped from behind. That was a good looking ball from Jordan Littleboy out towards Nunez. She just couldn't bring it down. Diatale still down. She got, I think, a shoulder in the jaw after the tackle. Back on her feet now. That would hurt a little bit. Whatever, gives it to Brown. Nunez turning away from Brown. Gives it back to Diatale. Just looking up for Snyder. Intercepted. And Snyder is trying to turn sharply there, and she got caught from behind, and it's going to be another Rough Rider free kick, and they're enjoying a nice little spell in Fusion's half at the moment, the Rough Riders. It's going to be skipper Mara who's going to deliver this in again. Plenty of options to aim for. 6 white shirts in the box. And Mara sends that right in towards the back post. And Snyder had found half a yard, and she just didn't get the contact. She's a little bit disappointed with that one, Snyder. Well found by Mara. And Hope Neal's just stepped up for a second, not exactly sure what the issue is. Looks like something with her wrist. They're 10 men right now, the Rough Riders. There's Sousa. Zaccagnini switches out to Weimar. And Weimar's looking in for Sousa, move forward, intercepted, and Nunez. Here's to Snyder. Neo, who's had some wrap put around her wrist. Into Nunez, and Weimar just got a little touch in it to cut it out. Johnson, who's touched just there down a little bit, and Neil. Loose to Winiek. And Price, Coach Price, just urging his Rough Riders players to be a little bit more attacking minded in their off the ball movement. And Brogy into Snyder. And Little Boy found half a yard, but cut out well by Kramer. Snyder didn't waste any time watching the missed pass, though. Won it back well. And there's Snyder into Little Boy. And Little Boy looking for Dutcher behind. Olga coming off the line and going to clear that one out. Johnson with it, forwards again, Winiek. Watching her carefully. She's looking over the top back for Dutcher. But they're going to struggle with those balls, the front two. Dutcher and Nunez playing against physically bigger Weber and McIntosh. Weber gives it out to Brown. Wyman, very fluid, the Connecticut Fusion, midfield and attack. Always switching positions, and there's a gap opening up in the middle for Zaccagnini, the defensive midfielder, who would push far up. Quigley couldn't find him with the pass. But Zaccagnini, for a second, the sea just parted for her. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in on the YouTube. And if you are watching on the YouTube, hit the subscribe button. We've got so much more exciting football coming to you the rest of this summer. We've got all of the Rough Riders home games for the women and the men, as well as much, much more. And we really appreciate you tuning in to support both these teams and supporting Game and Frame. And hope you're enjoying the coverage as that ball's sent up. Wymo giving it back. And Johnson cutting away nicely from two, but she overran it on the third, and Little Boy gives out to Nunez. Nunez got a bit of space to drive into, and she left the strike, Nunez, and she hit it well, and she fired it in at the back post! And she just needed a glimpse of the goal, Nunez! And she's arrowed it in, and the Rough Riders, who have struggled for goals this season, have found a special one right there. Chance just came out for a really quick turnover in the midfield. Little Boy intercepting, finding Nunez, who settled the ball, and before wasting no time to bury it. 1-0 to the Rough Riders. And they have come into the game as it's gone on. We're just hitting the half-hour mark. And Little Boy winning that one back. And it's the new signing Little Boy who got the assist. Winiek, and perhaps it'll give the Rough Riders a nice injection as well of confidence going forwards, because they have been wanting for goals so far this season, but that was a special one, and that's a beautiful bit of play there. And Snyder's looking for the overlapping Gestile, read well there though. Johnson giving it to Zaccagnini. Good 1-2 with Weimar. Weimar's looking for Sousa, but the Rough Riders with that diamond, making it very, very compact in the middle. Well, that's not a great clearance by Guglielmo, and Brogy clearing it up. Neil looked like she was going to send it back to Snyder, but going each other's way. Winiek to Little Boy. She's looking up for the scorer, Nunez. Quigley was ready for that one. And here's Jordan. at Brown. Just Sousa in the middle right now. And Weimer looking out for Kramer. Good tackle by Buck. That goal's injected a little bit of extra tempo into both these teams. And here's Jordan. Coming off that left foot. She's got a little bit of space to drive into. She can have a long range shot. And that was not a bad hit at all. Rough Riders backed off of her at their own peril. Fortunately, at Guglielmo, but a second one from range that's tested Guglielmo so far in this game. Guglielmo's distribution just a little bit off, but fortunately that time so is Jordan's first touch. Snyder just looking in behind for Nunez, and Nunez is close to that, but Weber well intercepted. That's a good ball up. And here's Kramer. Good give and go with Sousa. Kimberly Mara's trying to come back, but she's very careful. Kramer coming into the box, and she did very well there. Mara to recover. We throw right by that corner flag. And she's offside. Kramer. And Fusion, not unfamiliar for them to have to come behind. As I said, they played on Friday against Syracuse. Came back late to pull it to 1-1. But generally they've had it their own way. They've scored 21 goals this season. In just 5 games. But right now it's the Rough Riders with a surprise lead, and this win like that could really kickstart their season. That was not a good tackle by Dutcher, and she's going to get a warning, nothing more. A little bit fortunate there because it was late and behind. Fusion will have opportunity to deliver this one in. Seven up for Fusion. And it's delivered in towards the penalty spot, and the flick on by Brown, but she's offside. And Brodges to Snyder, but it's a high press by Fusion. And Snyder just caught Zaccanini a little bit late. It's going to be another free kick. Another chance for Fusion to deliver this one into the box. Weimer and Kramer standing over it. It's going to be Weimer who sends it in. And Sousa got ahead on it, but couldn't direct it towards the goal. Guglielmo gathering it. Diasley was looking to fit that on, didn't put that quite where she wanted to. It's going to be another fusion throw. 10 minutes left in this first half, with the Rough Riders leading, courtesy of a Nunez goal. And it's quite a hit, definitely worth watching back later. So Weimer's picking that up on the edge of the box, and it's going to be a shot by Jordan there. Half chance. And a foot or two past the post. Webber bringing that one out. She's looking over the top for Sousa. Sousa had come short. Snyder, bring that down well. Getting it to Buck. And Buck looking down the line again for Dutcher. McIntosh, who's looked very assured so far in the game at centre-back, covering that space well again. Switched out to Brown. Brown's first touch let her down. And Nunez will take this one quickly, and it's given it to Snyder. Snyder gives it back to Nunez. Not too much to look for in the box, just Dutcher. She's cutting it in and looking for a front post run, but no one had made the gamble. Project to Diatley. Lost a little cheaply by the Rough Riders. One back again by Snyder. Mara to Buck. To Little Boys, looking for the give and go. It's very packed in that space. One back by Quigley. McIntosh very calm on that one. Kramer gives it into Zaccagnini. The space out right for Brown, and Brown is found. Brown looking in behind for Jordan. And we need to just put a foot through that one. Didn't connect with that right. But cleared out the danger. It'll be a fusion throw as we've got about 5 minutes left in this first half. Sectored by Ambrogi. Snyder. Well worked by Dutcher, back to Diatley. Winiek. Was looking for someone to pull wide, but no one up there. And the Rough Riders, with that midfield diamond, they do play with a narrow diamond at the moment. So the forwards they're relying on a lot to give them the width, as well as the fullbacks. But the four of Winiek, Snyder, Neal, and Little Boy, all more central players. And Little Boy got a corner there, covered well with an absolute crunch of a tackle, but Cram's going to come away with it. Excellent work by Little Boy just to keep chasing up on that ball. And McIntosh will bring this one forward. She overran it though. Winiek's touch wasn't what she's looking for, and Weimer looking to switch it. And Brogy read well. But McIntosh centre back, who's stayed up there. Get to Jordan, but Jordan asking too much of a centre back there. And Diatley comfortably let that one run out. And guys, this is not the only Rough Riders action we're going to have today. We're going to have at 8 p.m. the men's team facing off against FC Motown in the latest game in their USL2 campaign. They are unbeaten, the men's team, as of now. We saw them on Wednesday draw 1-1 against the Red Bulls, the first points they had dropped. But here they're coming forwards, Fusion, and Sousa forwards. Guglielmo again off her line very quickly. But that game at 8 p.m, Motown is a title challenger for the Rough Riders. Definitely stay tuned for that one, guys. At 8 p.m, that will kick off. Neo got a little fortunate there, but little boy didn't, and that was a little too central, that pass. She's looking to cut it across to Dutcher on the left side. But you've got to think, overall, Coach Price has got to be pleased with this first half by his Rough Riders. They've looked pretty compact in defence for a Fusion team that scored a lot of goals this season. The only real threat has looked in from some long-range shots and trying to find that space in behind the back four. But they've closed the angles well, and that's won back by Winiek. Nunez Ed. A lot of red shirts around her, Winiek. She's still going into that box, just Nunez in the middle, and she's been brought down, Winiek. Look like from here, I guess, referee very quickly waving her back to her feet. It's got a corner at least to show for it. Oh, that would have been very interesting. That had been given right before this half-time whistle. Winiek will send it in. Little boy to retrieve it. And little boy's done well to keep that in. She's cut past two, got herself half a yard, going to whip it in. And looking for Nunez again. Excellent work by Little Boy. Left two Fusion players in her wake. And Johnson just calmly bring that one down. Quigley. McIntosh switching out to Brown, who's been adventurous in this first half, the right back, and well brought down. They can set away Weimer. Just Sousa in there right now. And she's wriggled away very well there, Weimer. There was not a good pass back to Jordan. Jordan's turned sharply there. Well watched by Snyder. It's cut out though, and Johnson gives it to Sousa. She's still going, Johnson. Good give and go with Sousa. They couldn't connect on that shot. That's the first time they really broke through the Rough Riders line though there with that little give and go. Nice lock on by Jordan. My little boy. Brown gives it back to Webber. She's going to switch out to Quigley. Crammer. Little boy. Solid tackle though. Go in, and here's Dutcher. It was loose in a minute of added time in this first half. I think the Rough Riders just want that whistle, just so they can regroup a little bit. Fusion have been putting the pressure on the later stages of this half. That's intercepted well there by Jasley. But there is the halftime whistle, with the Rough Riders ahead. Surprisingly, given the position of the table, but it was an excellent strike by Nunez on the edge of the box, firing into the far post. And the new signing, Little Boy, has looked very assured in that centre midfield, and she got the assist for that goal. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And hello guys, we are back. We've got Fusion just coming out of their huddle as they try and work out how they're going to get themselves back into this game. And the Rough Riders looks like they're going to be out there with that same starting 11 as played the first half. And same for Connecticut Fusion as well, as the Rough Riders set us underway for the second half. Looking to hold on to this lead. Well, it'll be their first win of the season. They've only played 3 games so far. It's their 4th. So they've got a lot of game in hands. And if they could get a good string of results, they really could climb up this table very quickly. It's given out to Quigley. Crammer, the early chance to cross it in. Sent across, and it's a dangerous ball. And Brogy's run it full back to Jordan. And Jordan was looking for Weimer. It might have been better off going for it herself. Cleared out by Snyder. It's taken quickly to Weimer. That's a nice flick. Weimer's still going. Fed across, and Ambrogi got a good last-ditch intervention there. Got some early pressure in the second half for Fusion. Sent in towards the centre spot. And there's a coming together between Sousa and Mara. And Sousa appealing to the referee half-heartedly. Nothing given, but it is going to be another Fusion corner. Agnini will deliver this one in. Sent in right towards the keeper, flicked on, and that's Ambrogi off the line there. Still bouncing around dangerously, and Ambrogi again puts a big foot through it. And Buck finally clearing it out, and a moment's respite for the Rough Riders, but this first 2 minutes has been played exclusively around the Rough Riders penalty area. And Crammer's coming down that left side. And she's won another corner for Fusion. They take it quickly, and Weimer sends it in. Guglielmo came out for it. She punched it. And it's out. But they're coming right back at them again. Sousa giving it to Brown, and she's onside Brown, looking towards the back post. And Buck will clear that one out. And it's sent in. And it's gone into the back post! And that's Weimer with her 7th. And I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. It looked like she was winding up for a cross. If she did mean it, that was something special, because that was right in that upper 90. It was a strange sort of strike, and I have to believe that she was trying to cross it there, just wasn't shaping up to shoot, but whatever it was, it did the trick. And Fusion are back level, and they have hit the ground running in this second half. Winiak gives it to Ambrogi. And let's see how the Rough Riders can react. This certainly was not how they wanted to start their second half. That's a good ball to Snyder. Snyder's onside. One-on-one with Brown. Dutcher in the middle. And just couldn't do enough to get past Brown. Sakagnini looking long. And Sousa's turned Ambrogi, and Sousa's coming forwards. Giatle covering the ground one back. But there's still space in behind there. Mara again covering though. But it's right back with Sousa. Johnson. Nunez read that switch well. Little boy. Back to Nunez. And Nunez, that's a good pass, reverse ball to Neil, and Neil's onside. Nunez steaming back in towards the box, sent back across. And Webber coolly bringing that down, cleared it out, and it's late tackle on her by Nunez. But a good little breakaway between Nunez and Neil. Nunez finding that diagonal run by Neil. But Webber kept her wits about her. McIntosh looking up long. And Mara has dwelled on that, and Weimar is looking to break through and looking for a second. And Brogy read it well. Winiak gives it up to Nunez. Back to Winiak. Mara turn back. Mara's looking up long, but couldn't find any of her attacking players up there. Jordan just about keeping that in. Some nice feet there to escape from Diatale. Sousa was looking in behind though. They weren't on the same wavelength, but it's going back to Fusion. And Mara just opting for the safe route there, clearing it out. Jatley clearing it out again. And Johnson turned nicely there. Sousa holding it up, gives it back to Winiak. And Winiak into Johnson. Mara equal to the task again, but they just keep coming back at them at the moment. Fusion. And Brogy this time with the intervention. But McIntosh has intercepted that one, and she's got a little space to move into, giving that to Brown. And Brown draws it back in towards McIntosh in the centre back. Couldn't quite bring it under a spell. And Nunez got bundled over. The free kick called back for the previous tackle. And Brogy to back. A little bit loose by back though. Johnson intercepting. And Sakagnini getting into Weimar. A nice interchange between her and Sousa. And Weimar's coming forwards. Enough white shirts around there to deal with that danger. But Weimar has switched on the quality in this second half. It's a little bit quiet in the first. There's going to be another Fusion corner. Sent into the penalty spot. Guglielmo looked like she was going to fumble that for a second, but gathered it on the second attempt. Sends it up long. Good step up by Ambrogi. And into Snyder. But it's lost, and they just can't keep hold of it at the moment, Rough Riders. Zaccagnini to Weimer. And Weimer's turned little boy well there. Goes out to Quigley. And Quigley looking in towards the back post. Sousa dropped off. Sousa's brought it down. The ball just wouldn't sit for her. And Giattelé coming away with it. And she's cleared it out, Giattelé. And Nunez couldn't quite salvage it. And Coach Price is going to make first change. And it's like Cristina Tesoriero is going to be the one sent in. Very dangerous, canny player, Tesoriero. Could play even in that front two or sitting behind. She could certainly give the Rough Riders some more teeth up front. Dutcher is looking to switch it, and Nunez has found herself a little bit of space. Weber got back quickly, but Nunez still going onto her left foot, hit in, and she's got a second! And Nunez is in absolute fire today! 2 chances for Nunez and 2 goals. It looked like for a second Weber had caught her up and contained the danger, but Nunez just showed it past her, and it's another emphatic finish. And the Rough Riders did not let that equaliser take the wind out of their sails for long. And Tesoriero coming on for Neil, and it's going to be Tesoriero sitting in behind Nunez and Dutcher. But Fusion are going to have to do it all again now. They want to get back into this game. And you have to say, that was against someone to play that goal. They've had most of the first 10 minutes of this second half of the Fusion. But Rough Riders absolutely lethal on the break. It's a good ball by Dutcher out to Nunez, and she took full advantage of the half yard she created. And Ambrogi to Snyder. Tesoriero with her first touch. Snyder just took a little bit too long, but here's Nunez. And Tesoriero is ghosting up on that left side. It's given out to Little Boy. And Little Boy will do very well to keep that one in. And McIntosh shepherds that one out. Sent up long, but Mara strong there. And Winiek is looking across for Nunez. Tesoriero. To Mara. Nunez loose there. Quickly gives into McIntosh. Weber. Good work back there though by Winiek. And it's back with the Rough Riders. Tesoriero. Loose first touch. They're still battling about that, and it's like there's been a change as well for Fusion. Atkinson coming on. And Atkinson looks like moved to right back, and Brown has moved to the right wing. bouncing around. Cleared out by Zakaria, and here is Atkinson. To Brown. I think it's been Crammer who's made way for Atkinson. Crammer's on the left wing there. Looks like Jordan's now out there. And that was a late tackle by Johnson on Winiek. And Mara will take this one. She's going to hit it straight on goal. And a couple of feet over the bar in the end. Olga was scrambling for a second. Not exactly sure where it was going to fall. McIntosh was looking to give it out to Weimar, but intercepted. Back with McIntosh. Quigley into Johnson. And Johnson, it's a lovely check of the hips there just to get between two Rough Riders. Quigley, back to Johnson. That's another nice feint by Johnson. And Sousa turning nicely, but good pressure by the Rough Riders. And Johnson switch intercepted. And Dutcher getting a hold of that one. Goes out to Little Boy. Nunez. Dutcher still moving through the middle. Nunez coming forwards with it, and she's on a hat trick, Nunez. Going to Dutcher, looking for the give and go. Run out to Atkinson. Snyder covered that one well. And the Rough Riders getting ready to make another change. And it's going to be Dutcher who got that assist with a great ball out to Nunez, making way. That's going to be Elizabeth Cruz, who's going to move into that centre forward position alongside Nunez. And Snyder got brought down there, and the referee's just going to have a quick little word. With Brown. And we've passed the hour mark, and I think if you had told the Rough Riders they'd be sitting 2-1 up against Connecticut Fusion, who have had such a good season so far, they would have felt pretty happy about that. There's still a lot of the game left to go, but it's been two very well taken chances by Nunez to put the Rough Riders in position, combined with a strong defence. They've been very compact. Fusion have had a lot of the ball, but the Rough Riders made it difficult for them to find the gaps. Atkinson gives it to Weimar, who was the goal scorer for Fusion. And Kim Limara coming across well, shepherding that out. And Atkinson. Nunez putting some pressure on her and forcing the error. And the referee just asking Rough Riders not to start the time wasting too early. lead yesterday. Into Winiek, who, as usual, have been very reliable for the Rough Riders in there, sitting in front of the back four, covering the space defensively and on the ball, just like a metronome, so reliable. And Ambrosius breaking forwards, and Cruz with her first touch was looking to break away from Weber, but a little bit too close to the touchline. And tossed down the line, Sousa looking for a cute little flick to Brown, but intercepted by Ambrogi. Tesoriero to Snyder. Cruz. He's managed to turn. Nunes on the left. She's still got it, just about. Cruz. Tesoriero. Back to Little Boy. And back. Who hasn't got forward as much as she'd like to in this game. But she's pushed forwards there now. Tesoriero. Back to Mara. Mara's going to send that in. Oh, sorry, Little Boy even. And it's bounced around dangerously, and Nunes is looking around for it. Falls back to Cruz. Couldn't get the connection. Cleared out by Fusion. It's Jordan. Good step by Winiek. And Tesoriero. Two red shirts around her, but so smart with her feet, Tesoriero. She's looked to cut that back into Cruz. Wasn't the right pass, but excellent footwork by the number 21. And Winiek, hopeful header up towards the box. McIntosh will bring it out for Fusion. Jordan gives into Chanow and Johnson. Going to drive forwards through the midfield. Winiek chasing her, but do well to catch Johnson. Falls back to Sousa. And she's looking for Weimer. Is this a space? He's going to come back to Atkinson. And Weimer onside. A little bit too easy though for Giatale. And Nunes got a little bit too much of Atkinson's shirt there. Johnson out to Quigley. He's looking in the hole for Johnson, intercepted by Tesoriero. And Cruz couldn't hold that one up, with the referee blowing in the end. And Mara sends that one up long. Won by the big frame of McIntosh. Atkinson. Brown ahead of her. She's looking inside towards Sousa. Good ball into Sousa. Weimer. Winiek closely attending to her. And Atkinson had found half a yard. Giatale intercepted. I couldn't keep that ball down on the ground. Back again with Fusion. Sousa and Mara tussling for it. Referee not blowing up anything. And Little Boy's can have a little bit of space to move up into. Looking in behind for Nunes again. And Nunes has a hold of it. Coming out ahead of that tackle with Atkinson. She's got a bit of space to drive into on that left side. Gives it into Cruz. Cruz back to Nunes. Too many red shots around her. And Weimer very calm on that one. Gives it out to Quigley. Weimer. And Zakanina, who's pushed a long way up the defensive midfielder. Watched well by Ambrogi, and Zakanina caught her. And Ambrogi barely put a foot wrong in the centre of that defence for the Rough Riders. And Fusion are going to make their second change. It's Brown coming off. That's Davis, who's come on for her on that right side. Snyder looking hopefully up for Nunez. And it's fed out to Buck, and Buck offside, but that's more the sort of position she likes to be there, gallivanting right back. And 20 minutes left in the game. With currently second from bottom Rough Riders, although they do have a lot of games in hand, on course to beat second in the table, Fusion. Snyder wriggling and turning, has got it to Cruz, and Cruz taking that into the box in the corner. Put under pressure by Atkinson. Diatale. Back into Cruz. Cruz is looking behind for Diatale. She's going to have another crack at it. Or just ran away from her. And Weimer. Sousa coming forwards. Weimer on the overlap. Going to have to catch up with her though, Fusion. And Mara, who's contained Weimer very well. Winning it back again. And that one's sent in towards the goalkeeper. Watched carefully by Mara. Johnson gives that to Quigley. And Quigley's going to switch that across to Weimer. Davis is on some space on the right, but Weimer moving inside. And it's 1-2, and she's through Weimer. Can she equalise? And she can! And it's a brace for Weimer. And she took that easy as you like. It's beautiful 1-2 with Sousa. And once she was clean through on goal, it never looked in doubt. So calm. And they've tied it right back up again. And what a second half this has been. 2 goals for Nunez and 2 goals for Weimer. And it isn't over yet. And Winiak got caught on the ball, but then got caught by Johnson. And guys, this is not the only excitement we're going to have tonight. We're going to have at 8 p.m. the Rough Riders men's team facing off against their title rivals, FC Motown. Expecting a very competitive fixture as well in that one. So definitely stay tuned for that. The Rough Riders unbeaten so far in their league campaign. Jete looking long for that one. McIntosh got in on that. And Little Boy doing well to hold that one up initially, but one back by McIntosh. Johnson into Weimer. He managed to get a hold of that from Diatale. McIntosh. Looking to draw that one up. And Sousa is behind on that left side. Ball took her out wide. Jordan Just Davis in the middle right now. Quigley telegraphed that pass a little bit, but it's back again with Jordan. And Quigley, still only Davis in the box. Jordan's done well there though, she's down to the byline. And Davis had dropped back. It's back with Johnson. And Johnson's gonna have the shot. Cleared out by Mara. Zaccagnini bring that one down. And Weber and Zaccagnini, McIntosh. Nice cut by McIntosh. Comfortably back to Guglielmo. Tesoriero gives that down the line to Cruz. Cruz all by herself. She's got the attention of McIntosh on her. They've caught up with her now though. She's looking in for Nunes. Davis got the touch on it. Still dangerous, and Nunes gets the last touch on that. And that could have gone anywhere. Thankfully for Fusion, went over the bar. Just a little bit of communication between Little Boy and Cruz there, but it's back with Little Boy. Nice turn. Tesoriero. Back into Little Boy. And Buck steaming forward. And she's going to hit that across the 6-yard box. And Cruz got a touch on it. It's a little bit behind her. But Buck found well there by Little Boy. Through that one. Little Boy misjudged the bounce. A good recovery by Tesoriero. And it's back with Ambrogi. Ambrogi looking long for Cruz. Intercepted by Quigley. Tesoriero. Bringing it back down. It's going to be a throw for the Rough Riders. And it's going to be another substitute. And their last substitute today, Connecticut, and they're sending on it's like Enriquez. Oh, sorry, Taylor Smith even. So got Enriquez on the bench. Tesoriero looking to wriggle between the lines. And here's Weimer. And that was Jordan who came off for Smith. Zaccagnini gives that out to Quigley. Sousa, nice set to Johnson. Again, just Davis in there. That one's looking for an option, but cleared out. And actually on second reflection, that is indeed Enriquez who's in there. But it's Weimer who had a break on that right side. And that was not a bad chance to get a hat-trick, and she knows it. And Enriquez brings that one down. Davis. Atkinson overlapping her. She's looking for Sousa behind. Sousa hasn't read it. Snyder getting ahead on that one. And Atkinson. Enriquez. Back to Atkinson. Switched well. Zakagnina and Quigley. Fusion look to complete their turnaround of this game. Johnston. Held up by the Rough Riders midfielders. Zakagnina. Atkinson. Looking in for Weimar. And Brogy getting a head on it. Tesoriero. Back to Diatale. It's going to fall to Little Boy. Sorry, Snyder. Back to Ambrogi. And Ambrogi under pressure by Sousa. And Cruz, that's fallen kindly for her. She's broken past a couple of tackles there. Couldn't get past McIntosh. No, it's touched there by Sousa. Winiak covering the space well. She's put in a big shift today. Winiak covered a lot of ground. We're in the final 10 minutes of the second half. Weimar gives it to Zakagnina. McIntosh. She's looking for Johnston. It's a good ball to Johnston. Mara coming over. She gives it to Quigley, who's overlapping, and there's plenty of options in the middle. Sent in towards the penalty spot. And Sousa very nearly punished the Rough Riders again. Scored 2 against them the last time they faced each other 2 years ago in 2019. And Quigley put it on a plate for her. She just couldn't apply the finishing touch. Rough Riders' hearts were in mouths there for a second. Lovely takedown by Little Boy. And Little Boy looking for Nunes over the top. McIntosh reading that. Showing a little bit of pressure by Nunes though. And it's going to look like it's going to come for Snyder. Atkinson bursting out from it. And Little Boy got absolutely clobbered in the aftermath by Atkinson. And they have a free kick here, Rough Riders, and a chance to send it in. Mara once again to take it. 6 Rough Riders in the box. She sends that towards the left side. And it's going to be a corner kick for the Rough Riders. And Michelle Winiak will take it. They've got some height in that box between Ambrogi and Buck. Sent in, and it's fallen to Buck. Just couldn't bring it down. And they're coming down the break, Fusion. McIntosh centre back, steaming down the left. Enriquez is looking for her, couldn't find her, intercepted. Brought down well by Quigley. Johnston. Intercepted. And it's given out to Nunes. She's looking in for Cruz early. Nunes gives that one back. It's whipped in by Little Boy. Too close to Olga. And both sides going for the win in the closing stage of this game. Rough Riders wanting to move up the table with all the games in hand they've got, and Fusion looking to keep the pressure on that top spot. We're about to Atkinson. Gives it to Weimer. So calls for a handball there, and the referee blowing after a little bit of consideration. Bounced up onto Weimer's hand. Cruz gives it back to Snyder. And that's hit a hand again on Atkinson. And Mara will send this one up again towards the Fusion box. And what can Mara deliver in this time? Jordan, clear out easy enough by Atkinson. Winiak sold Ambrogi a little bit short. Ambrogi just about got away with it. Quigley gives that into Sousa, just took a little too long on it. Tesoriero. Into Nunes. And Tesoriero brought down. And it's probably going to be another direct run from Mara into the Fusion area. And it's flicked on, and it's going to fall back for Jasley. Buck will chase that one down, keeps it in. And Buck has just about kept that one in. Well, it's bounced off the corner flag. Two minutes left of regular time. With it all level 2-2. 2 goals for Nunes. And 2 goals for Weimer, and that incidentally is 8 goals for Weimer this season. Jasley is cut out, but it's going to fall back for her. Looking over the top, and Cruz sniffing around for that. McIntosh got ahead on it. Out to Quigley. Little Boy brings that one down. Goes out to Cruz. Just Nunes in the box right now. Looking in towards Nunes. Too close to Olga, who gathered that one. Davis bringing this one forwards. Ambrogi intercepting well. Snyder just content to clear that one off away from the danger area. Zakanini. And Sousa has pinned it across, and Weimer's through, and she can be a hat-trick, and is taking it out wide, and the flag didn't go up. And Weimer had a golden opportunity there to seal a hat-trick and get a late winner for the visitors. But a first touch just took it away from the goal. Looked like she may have been offside anyway, but the flag didn't go up. And she scored late on Friday night for Fusion, Weimar. She'd be disappointed she didn't manage to this time. Sousa and Weimar have had a really good partnership in that final third in the second half. Snyder managing to wriggle around a couple of tackles, did well to retain it. Into Nunes. Oh, sorry, Tesoriero even. Regulation time is up. We can't have too much additional time either. There hasn't been a whole lot of stoppages. Getting back to Buck. And Buck with a hoot full, loping ball in. Olga casually gathering that one though, comfortably. Brogy to Winiak. Winiak was looking for Nunes, but Nunes hadn't got ahead of her defender, and Atkinson will bring this one away. Referee having a look at our watch. And there is the full-time whistle. And that was a very entertaining match and a very entertaining second half in particular. The Rough Riders going in the first half with a stunning strike by Nunes. Fusion hit the ground running with Weimar bringing it back level just a few minutes into the second half before Nunes got herself a second with another really worked goal. And in fashion, Weimar not to be outdone, got her second, a 1-2 with Sousa, and a very calm finish. Fusion with a late chance as well. Weimar through on goal, just couldn't get the ball under a spell with the first touch. Referee as well had a couple in and around the Fusion area, but overall probably 2-2, fair result, evenly matched game. And that's a third draw out of 4 games for the Rough Riders. And now 3 wins and 3 draws for Fusion. So it may put them a little bit off the top, Fusion now, depending upon where the other results go. Guys, just a reminder, we're going to have at 8 p.m. the men, who we can see right now, just starting to walk onto the field. They're going to be kicking off 8 p.m. against the FC Motown. What's going to be a title battle. So definitely tune in for that one, guys. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And it is finished for between the Rough Riders women and Connecticut Fusion at Motorman Field, 2-2. And thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We'll be back shortly for the 8 p.m. kickoff.